Well, check out what I got my hands on. Two decent looking tractor tires that I can put on the Farmall there. These actually came from the guy who gave me the tractor. He had these on an old parts tractor, and they've got good rubber on them, but as you can see, the rims are pretty much shot. So what I'm going to have to do is see if I can break the bead on these and get the tires off the rims, and then take the rims and tires off that one, pop the tires off, put these tires on, and put them back on. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. Probably take me a while, and it's kind of windy today, so I don't know how much video you're going to get, but we're going to see what we can do with it. Well, here's my solution for getting the bead broken. I got a farm jack on the back of the truck pushing down on the tire there, and it seems to work pretty good. Now I just got to peel up the tire off this side, and then I'll flip it over and do the same thing. Hopefully break the bead there, and then I get this tire off. Hopefully it'll work as well on the other side. I guess the only way we're going to find out is to do it. So that's I guess one way to take a tractor tire off. Well, it took some doing, but I finally got it off the rim here. The first side I did, the bead broke almost right away, and it was no problem. But the other side, I had the jack under there, and I had pretty much the full weight of the truck on it, and I was jumping up and down here on the back, and I put this tractor tire here for a little more weight, and it still wouldn't break. So I ended up beating on it for about a half hour with the maul there, the axe. I don't know where my maul is, but I beat on it with that until it finally broke. It was pretty crazy, and yeah, it still wasn't easy to get out because this thing's full of calcium chloride, which incidentally it burns just like salt if you've got an open wound, so that was no fun. But I've got it apart. As you can see, the rim is no good. I might use that for a fire ring or something, I don't know. But I'm going to have to clean out all this crap here in the tire and probably get a new tube, because I can't really use that one even if it did hold air, because it's full of calcium chloride and I don't want that in my other rim. And the other tire went flat, so I'm imagining that that tube is no good either. So I probably have to get a tube and put in here. So I think I've had enough fun for today, but when I get a new tube, I suppose I'll tackle taking the tire off that rim, see if I can get it replaced. Well, I got my inner tubes today, and I started getting this thing ready to go. I got the bead broken. Now I just got to get it off the rim here. I'm doing it while it's still on the tractor. I think it'll be a little bit easier to get the rim off, or the tire off the rim, and that way I don't have to take all these bolts out and take the whole rim off. Just quicker that way. I got her jacked up and I got her supported with some blocks, so that shouldn't move. And I broke the bead with this guy. I was pretty well on there, but pounded that in all the way around the tire and just kept working it. And it worked pretty well. Now I'm going to go ahead and take some soap and put in here, and hopefully I'll be able to slip the tire off, and then I'll come to the back side here and run this thing in here again and break that side of the bead, and then we can pull the tire off, hopefully. And then throw my new tube in it, put the new tire on, and we'll be good to go. Well, after a decently long battle, I got this rear bead broken loose, and that took quite a while. I had to beat on it all the way around the rim, then roll it over, beat on it some more, and just work it a little bit at a time until I finally popped the whole thing off. And then once I got the bead broke, I pulled the tube out, and the tire rolled right off. You know, kind of chewed up the bead here, but I wasn't going to save this tire anyway. It's blown out in a couple of spots. It's not really good for tractor use, and I'll probably save the tube. There might be a little hole in it or something, but it's not filled with calcium chloride, and it looks in halfway decent shape, so maybe I'll end up using it for something, I don't know. But we'll keep that, and I'm going to go ahead and clean off all this crap, and then get the other tire on here, throw the tube in it, and tire should be on and ready to go. Air it up and see how high it sits. I figure I'll probably have to do this tire too, just to still holds air, but it's pretty nasty in a few spots, and I don't really want to change that in the middle of winter, so I might just go ahead and do that too. But First we'll get that tire on, and then we'll get this whole thing closer to the garage, I think, before I try that. Well, after a little bit of fighting, as you can see, I got this tire on, and after about 20 trips back to the garage with my little 5-gallon air tank, it's aired up. So it's been holding air for about a day now, and it's pretty well good to go. But I am having some issues breaking that other bead, so we're going to go to plan B. I'm going to fire this thing up and run this tire over the other side of the rim and see if we can get that bead to break. Hopefully it'll work. Alright, let's try plan B. Let's hook up the battery so it starts first. Alright, let's try it again. Turn it on. Perfect. Running a little rich. I don't know why. See if it moves. Wow, that bead's on there, man. I got the whole weight of the damn tractor on it. Let's see if we can set that. Yeah. That's a pretty tough bead, I'd say. Well, the bead still hasn't moved. I've left it parked here for a while, and I went ahead and I sprayed a little PB blaster in there, a little penetrating oil, just to see if I could soak it in and make it a little slipperier. I'm just going to go ahead and keep working the bead with the tractor here and see if we can get it to break. Well, so far that's not working. Well, there we go. I finally broke that stupid bead. I ended up putting that bottom on the jack there because it was starting to kind of push through and tear up the bead a little bit. And then I parked the tractor on top of it again, and I took some little 2x4 chunks, pounded them in that way, and then hammered them down with the back of that axe there for quite some time, and then finally the stupid thing broke. So I'm a little winded, but let's get this thing, get this tractor off here and get this rim out of the way. Well, it took the better part of the day, but I got that stupid rim off the tire off the rim there. And if that rust inside the tire, I don't know how well you can see it, but huge chunks of rust inside the tire. That gives you an idea why it was so freaking stuck on there. It was just rusted straight to the rim, but I got it off, and now I can bring the tractor in and get that left tire off. Should be easier because it's not nearly as rusted as this one, and put the new tire on. Well, there we go. I got the other tire on. That was a pain. I'll put it that way. It's a little bit different style than that one, but it'll work, and it's way better than what was on it. That other one was rock hard. It was pretty difficult to get off, and all that rust in there certainly didn't help matters. But it's on here. The bead hasn't quite set right there, but I've already got more pressure in it than the other side does, so I'm thinking it'll pop. I'm gonna probably move it around a little bit and see if it goes, and if not, I guess I'll have to put a little more air in it. But it's sitting on its weight and holding up under its pressure, so it's good as far as I'm concerned. So I think I'm going to call it a day. What a pain.